Coming up on this episode of Freedom from Fire, we'll talk about all those things we love about summer: barbecue grills, fireworks, cooling off on those hot days. We'll also discuss an annual summer event that you should not have missed. We've got a lot to cover, so stay tuned for Freedom from Fire. Hello, and welcome to Freedom from Fire. I'm your host, Fire Commissioner Derek Sawyer. Here at Freedom from Fire, we bring you fire and life safety information and introduce you to our local safety partners. On today's episode, we'll examine how to stay safe this summer while taking part in all those warm weather activities we enjoy. To help with that discussion, Lieutenant David Kearney from the Philadelphia Fire Department's Fire Code Unit will join me. He'll talk about grilling safety and the proper use of open flame and the laws regarding fireworks. Later on in the program, we'll look at the upcoming 47th Annual Fire and Life Safety Seminar and explain what this seminar means to you. I'll sit down with the President of the Citizens for Fire Prevention Committee, Joe Flores. And joining the conversation will be Philadelphia Fire Department firefighter Antonia Donnelly. So, as the summer comes up, the summer season is fast approaching. Let's talk about some keys to keep you and your family safe. First, let's talk about swimming. When the weather gets hot, we want to get in the pools. The water looks good and safe, but we want you to stay on shore. Swimming in rivers and creeks is a dangerous and illegal activity in the city of Philadelphia. So swim in the swimming pool, not the creek. Watch everyone near water. Drowning is often silent. Flash floods and water runoff make water levels dangerous and unpredictable. Even some of the best swimmers drown. Unexpected hazards in the water can be deadly no matter what your level or experience is. Due to runoff from streets and lawns, the water can be contaminated with chemicals, trash, and sometimes waste. Even if you don't drown, you may be swimming with some nasty stuff that could make you sick. So please, stay on shore and visit your neighborhood's local pool at a recreation center near you. So let's talk about fireworks. Fireworks are often used to mark special events and holidays. However, they can become unsafe in the hands of consumers. Fireworks cause thousands of burns and eye injuries every year. But that doesn't mean that we can't enjoy fireworks safely. It is very important to know that all fireworks are illegal in the city of Philadelphia, with the exception of small sprinklers and small novelty devices without projectiles. Illegal fireworks include bottle rockets, firecrackers of any type, cherry bombs, pinwheels, Roman candles, and M807s. Be safe. If you want to see fireworks, go to a public show put on by the experts. Leave fireworks to the professionals. Be sure to keep a close eye on children at the events where fireworks occur. There's nothing like outdoor grilling. It's one of the most popular ways to cook food. However, a grill placed too close to anything that can burn is a fire hazard. Grills can become very hot and cause burn injuries. Following these simple tips, you'll be able to enjoy your grilling in a safe and effective manner. Never wear loose-fitting clothing while grilling or cooking. The clothing could easily dangle too close to the flame and catch fire. Never, ever, under any circumstance, should children be allowed to start an outdoor grill or cooking equipment. It doesn't matter whether or not the kids are being supervised. It's just a bad idea. Remember to keep children at least 3 feet from grills while cooking. When you're finished grilling, let the coals chill or cool completely. disposing of them in a metal container. Even slightly warm coals could ignite a fire. If you're using a propane grill, never store a propane grill under or near a grill. Never store propane cylinders inside your home. And always turn off the valves when they're not in use. Do not transport propane cylinders in the trunk of your car or vehicle. It must be secured upright on the rear floor with the window open. And as the weather gets hot, our bodies lose fluid. So we want to make sure that you stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water during the summer months. Also during the summer months, more people are out driving, maybe taking their day trips or even having a longer vacation planned. Either way, there's a potential for accidents. Thankfully, our medic units are equipped with highly trained paramedics that handle such incidents. Our student producer, Mark Wilson, recently visited the Weldon Fire Company from Abington Township to show how they train for vehicle rescues.
Fighting fires is only part of the job for firefighters. At the scene of a vehicle accident, firefighters are called to rescue victims stuck in their vehicles. Operating in such incidences require firefighters to use different tools and skill sets. Weldon Fire Company in Glenside, Pennsylvania, serves as the rescue company for Abington Township, which is located in Montgomery County. They are responsible for rescuing victims from the car. Firefighters use three main tools to get the victims out. Lieutenant John Gerhardt explained these tools and the power behind them.
The spreaders are used for extricating a victim from a car, spreading a dash or a door apart. We have two spreaders. One's a 32-inch spreader, which spreads with 30,000 pounds of force, and then a combination tool, which spreads with 7,500 pounds of force.
Both of these tools have narrow tips at the top of them, so they're able to get in tight places and open a door when needed. When the spreaders aren't enough to reach the victim, the firefighters begin to cut the car apart with special, powerful cutters.
Cutters used to cut metal, cut doors, cut posts, and help free a victim. The cutters that we have vary in size. Our main cutter is capable of cutting 228,000 pounds. Combination tool means it's a tool that can cut and spread. The cutting force of it's 65,000 pounds. The spreading force is 7,500 pounds.
Cars are built to withstand the force of an accident. As Lieutenant John Gerhardt explains, the newer the car, the stronger the metal is used to build the car.
New car technology is made out of boron steel in the hardened parts of the car. As cars get better made, materials are harder to cut.
The cutters, spreaders, and combination tools are all used to extricate a victim.
In an extrication, the point is to remove the car away from a victim, not necessarily the victim away from the car. In an extrication, you're peeling the doors away, you're spreading the metal, you're cutting the metal, and making the car come away from the victim without injuring them worse.
Firefighters use a variety of tools in addition to the spreaders, cutters, and combination tools to help remove the victim from a car. Whether it be cutting doors, glass, or other parts of the car, firefighters work diligently to save others. For LaSalle TV, I'm Mark Wilson.
Mark, now it's time for our first guest. Joining us today to discuss summer fire safety in more detail is Lieutenant David Kearney of the Philadelphia Fire Department, the Fire Code Unit. Hello, and welcome to Freedom from Fire.
How are you doing, Commissioner?
Dave, how you been?
Doing good, sir.
Good? So tell us about your career a little bit.
I'm in my 20th year with the fire department. I started out my career as a fire service paramedic. Did that for about 12 years.
Came over to the good side, right?
Came over to the fire side. I was promoted, the first round of promotions that I was eligible for, and served in the Center City Company, Ladder 9, and then was asked to come to the Code Unit, where I've been for about a year and a half.
So explain some of the duties that you do or you have at the Code Unit.
The Code Unit is responsible for the administration of the Philadelphia Fire Code. We suggest the updates. We work with the Board of Fire Safety and Prevention, which is the administrative body that hears variance cases and appeals of violations of the fire code. We also do approvals. Any place in the fire code where it says approved by the fire department, those fall within our purview. Those are the things that we approve.
Right.
So things like floor plans for assemblies, fireworks, displays, use of open flames for things like bonfires. We also provide fire safety inspections for special requests and dignitary protection, things like when the president visits.
Right. Vice President was here yesterday, right?
Yes, he was, and we had 2 members at that event.
Great. So warm weather is quickly approaching. what are some of the common hazards that you encounter during the summer months?
I think the three biggest things that we see in the summer months that are hazardous are barbecue grilling, use of open flames, and fireworks.
Those are three big ones, right?
They are.
So what are some of the hazards associated with each of those?
Well, with grilling, you want to make sure that you have proper clearance around your grill. You want to make sure that you've read the instructions for the grill and you're using it properly, maintaining it properly. You want to make sure that it's clean of grease, that there's no rust. The beginning of the season, you want to make sure you follow the manufacturer's directions for getting ready for cooking season. Checking for leaks, making sure your propane cylinders are full and up to date with their inspections. You also want to make sure that when you're using your grill that you don't leave it unattended. Unattended cooking is a large cause of fire, both indoors and outdoors.
Right.
Every year, outdoor grilling leads to about 9,000 fires in the United States. These 9,000 fires injure 140 people average on a year and kill 8 people a year. Of those 140 people injured, the average of those is 37% that are under 5 years old injured, meaning
Wow.
that people are leaving their grills unattended and children under 5 are touching those grills and getting injured.
So I have to ask you, propane, charcoal, which is your favorite?
My favorite is propane. I
Really?
prefer propane, yes I do.
I thought you were a charcoal kind of guy.
If I had the time, I would use charcoal.
Gotcha.
But the one nice thing about propane is it gets going fast. You don't have to do a lot of prep work. In today's busy society, you know, person with a family, that half an hour or an hour that you're getting your grill ready, that could be spent, you know, doing other family things.
And eat quicker, right?
A lot quicker.
Well, I'm a charcoal kind of guy. So let's talk about fireworks a little bit. What are some of the laws or regulations regarding fireworks?
So in the city of Philadelphia, the use of what people would commonly refer to as fireworks is strictly prohibited by law. When I say fireworks, we mean things that are aerial rockets, things like bottle rockets, Roman candles, things like this. Anything that takes up off the ground.
Firecracker?
Firecrackers as well. Anything that contains over 50 milligrams of pyrotechnic material, like gunpowder, is also considered an illegal firework. The legal fireworks are things that you can typically find at a large chain store. These would be the small sparkling devices that stay on the ground or spin, and things like sparklers. Those are not always safe, though. They're still
Right.
not safe for children to use.
You have to use the instructions for those also, right?
Yeah, you should always follow the instructions of those, maintain proper clearances, and keep kids away. The use of fireworks injures a lot of people. On average, about 11,000 people a year. In 2013, there were 11,400 injuries and 8 people killed in the country. Sends a lot of people to the emergency room.
I think one of the questions our viewers want to know is why are fireworks illegal?
Well, besides the obvious, the risk for injury that we just spoke about,
Right.
they also have a tendency to start unwanted fires. A city like Philadelphia, we have very tight quarters, row houses, older houses, and we are also a very green city, which means we have a lot of trees.
Right.
Fireworks coming down or fireworks improperly used can lead to unwanted fires. If a type of rocket isn't launched properly and lands on somebody's roof before it goes out, that could start a fire on a roof. Same thing if it lands in a tree or in a pile of leaves. Now you have a fire where there's not supposed to be one.
So I want to thank you for coming out, sharing those good safety tips. Let me ask you just one last question. When you joined the fire department, did you really think that you would be in the code unit?
I didn't. I didn't think that. But what I have learned is that the fire code is there to keep us safe.
Yes.
And that when people learn about the fire code and they realize the rules are there, it really helps people. I tend to say that the entire fire code was written in ashes and blood.
Yeah.
Everything that's in the fire code is there to prevent somebody from getting hurt.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. It's time for a quick break. But before we do, it's time to test your knowledge of Freedom from Fire Squad. When we went out to quiz the people on their summer safety knowledge, we'll see what LaSalle campus did, and then we'll return. I'll talk to 2 guests about the summer event we hold every year. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
As things heat up here in Philadelphia, the Man on the Street crew wants to make sure that you stay safe these summer months. What's some of your favorite summer activities?
Lying on the beach, reading on the beach, sleeping, since there's no school.
Okay, awesome. Do you wear sunscreen while you're at the beach?
Yes.
That's good. Do you know what the minimum required sunscreen is?
I do not.
It is either 25, 8, 15 or 50? Which one do you think?
25.
What is the minimal amount of SPF that you need? Either 8, 25, 15, or 50?
15.
15.
That's correct. You need at least 15 SPF. What are the peak hours of the sun? Would you like options?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is it 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.,
Okay.
12 or noon to 7 p.m., or 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.?
I'm gonna say like 12 to, or like the first option you said.
10 to 6?
Yeah.
You said you like to run, right?
Right.
What time do you usually go for a run in the summer?
It's normally midday. It's pretty bad when the
Okay.
sun's at the highest.
Yeah, that's hard because the peak hours of the sun is actually 10 to 6 p.m.
Wow.
So maybe be careful, bring water with you while you run or something. And if you could, if it's one of those really hot days, try to avoid doing any strenuous activities in the midday.
Yeah,
'Cause
definitely.
It's not good. So maybe go for a run at like 6:30 when the sun's just setting and it's
down.
pretty out, and like you might get a little breeze.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really nice.
You know what the first sign of dehydration is?
Headache?
Is it large fatigue?
Being thirsty?
That's correct. Leo got it right. The first one today. The first stage of dehydration is being thirsty. So as soon as you're thirsty, you're halfway there. Drink some water. Bring water with you everywhere you go.
Yes.
How long can you let perishables sit in the sun without being refrigerated? And this is important if you have like a barbecue with potato salad or something. And the options for that are 8 minutes, 2 hours, 50 minutes, or 15 minutes.
I'm gonna say 2 hours.
50 minutes?
It's actually only 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, that coleslaw and that potato salad and macaroni salad that you have outside on July 4th, it's already starting to go bad. So make sure you get it on ice or back in the fridge so that no one spends their July 5th in the ER.
That's good advice.
Thanks.
I was not aware of that.
Degree of burn is common in sun blisters. Is it first, second, or third?
Second?
That's correct. If you have a sun blister, you have a second-degree burn. So some people recommend going to a doctor, or you can just pay close attention to it, keep some lotion on it, and bear through the pain. If a firework does not go off completely, is it safe to relight it for its full use?
No.
No.
Though it would be fun, I wouldn't suggest it.
Absolutely not. That's correct. You're from Pennsylvania, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your July 4ths are a lot of fun because you're allowed to have fireworks, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Can you name one of the states where fireworks are illegal?
New Jersey?
I'm gonna say something random. North Carolina.
Jersey?
That's correct. There's also 3 others, such as Massachusetts, Delaware, and New York.
Oh, all right by too.
Yeah, so stay in Pennsylvania for your fireworks and July 4th needs.
Okay.
Oh no, look at the time. Time for us to reapply. We'll see you on the street in the fall. Have a happy summer.
I'm a writing center tutor, and I know more.
I'm an athlete, and I know more.
I'm a professor, and I know more.
I'm in Greek life, and I know more.
I'm an RA, and I know more.
If you see someone who may be at risk of sexual assault, step up and keep them safe. For more information about sexual assault and what you can do to prevent it, visit knowmore.org. Show your support by speaking out against sexual assault by using the Know More hashtag on social media.
Welcome back to Freedom from Fire. I'm your host, Philadelphia Fire Commissioner Derek Sawyer. In the first half of the show, we talked about safety issues that we encountered during the summer, like grilling hazards and firework dangers. For this half, we're going to concentrate on an event we hold every summer in order to keep our local safety partners up to date on fire and lake safety practices. The annual Fire and Lake Safety Seminar takes place this June. Joining me to tell us more about this event is the president of the Citizens for Fire Prevention Committee, Joe Flores, and firefighter Antonia Donnelly of the Philadelphia Fire Department. Welcome.
Thank you, Commissioner.
How are you two doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Great, great.
Great.
So tell us about your career a little bit. We'll start with Antonia.
Oh, I'm in my 22nd year with the department.
22 years?
Almost.
Wow.
I started out in Center City Company Engine 8, and I'm currently in fire prevention.
Great. So how long have you been in fire prevention?
For almost 2 years now.
2 years? You liking it?
I love it.
Great. What about you, Joe? I believe you look familiar. You used to be a firefighter, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about it.
And proud of that. I was with the Philadelphia Fire Department a little over 20 years after serving in the United States Navy. And I retired from Philadelphia as a fire captain. And I went on to the University of Pennsylvania, where I'm a fire and emergency services person.
Great. So tell us about the Citizens for Fire Prevention Committee. What is that?
The Citizens for Fire Prevention Committee is a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a dedicated mission to support the mission of the Philadelphia Fire Department, that being to reduce deaths, injury, property, and environmental damage caused by fire.
So what's important for our viewers to know about the Fire and Life Safety Seminar?
Fire and Life Safety Seminar, it's our 47th annual seminar. It's well received. We get people from around the country to come to it. And basically it is to educate the attendees in fire and life safety practices. It is also for emergency preparedness, to train them emergency preparedness procedures. And every year we do some kind of review of some kind of major incident or event that has occurred either in the region or nationally, so that the attendees can leave and take lessons learned from the seminar and share them with their organizations, their people, you know, their employees.
Great. So how does Firefighter Donnelly help out with that? What's her role?
Firefighter Donnelly is the coordinator of the Fire and Life Safety Seminar this year. She's new and doing a wonderful job, by the way. I'm very proud of all the effort and hard work that she's put into that.
Thanks, Joe.
So what type of things do you have to do to coordinate for this type of event?
You have to get speakers set up for the meals and purchasing gifts and getting the word out, making sure we get enough people to come to the seminar, you know, that kind of
recruitment.
thing. Yes, recruitment.
So what can we look forward to for this year's seminar?
This year, good.
This year, I think we have a great lineup of speakers, everything from autism awareness for first responders.
Great.
We have a speaker coming in from Maryland that's going to talk to us about hospital workers and fire department workers, PTSD, what to look for, when to get help. We have a chief coming in from Paulsboro, New Jersey to talk about the train derailment there, and an update to the Fire and Life Safety Code 2012.
So let me ask you this real quick. If someone wanted to come to the seminar, how would they register? What would they have to do?
You could go to www.freedomfromfire.com and register right there. Or you could also direct your inquiry to me, Firefighter Antonia Donnelly, 240 Spring Garden Street, and the zip code is 19123.
What type of packages are available? Do they have to come for the whole seminar? Can they pick a day?
No, sir.
If they have a topic that they like, can they just come for that one
Sure.
topic?
We've got different packages. We have an executive package, and that's a 3-night stay at the hotel. It is a full breakfast, lunch every day. All of our evening activities are included, and all admittance to the entire seminar and a seminar gift. And then if you're not interested in that, we have a commuter package, which you could just come every day, get everything but the 3-day stay. We have a $175 package, which gets you in every day. Each day you can register for that. Or the $45 package, it's our Tuesday evening dinner and speaker.
Target audience. Who's the target audience?
Target audience, naturally all first responders that you could think of, police, fire, emergency preparedness, EMS, Additionally, things like correctional officers, local, federal, state government, healthcare workers, because of the post-incident stress disorder part of it, social workers, institutional and educational institutions.
Great.
All would, in
Sounds like
addition,
you
we
have
get CEUs this year
Yeah.
too, which is a great thing for the attendees
That's good, yeah.
to come for.
So it sounds like you have a good seminar planned. I want to thank you for joining me, but before you leave, I have to ask one favor. You have to take the fire safety pledge.
With my pleasure.
All right, let's put that right hand up. Are we ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Let's go. I love my family, and I'm responsible for their safety. Therefore, I pledge the following. I pledge to have at least one working smoke alarm on each level of my home. I pledge to test my alarms as recommended and replace my alarms with new lithium battery-powered alarms when needed. I pledge that every family member will sleep with their bedroom door closed. I pledge to develop and practice a home escape plan. I pledge that if I cannot afford smoke alarms, I will call the non-emergency number 311 or visit www.phila.gov/311. All of this I do solemnly pledge. Okay, before we leave, we're going to talk about some upcoming events. Let's look at the Friday, May 22nd, is the 58th Annual Junior Fire Patrol Luncheon. The luncheon will be at Romano's Catering Hall, located at Castor Avenue and Wyoming Street, and will begin at 10:30 a.m. This event is held annually to recognize the efforts of those junior fire patrols who continuously engage in fire prevention activities over the past year. The program is co-sponsored by the Philadelphia Fire Department and the University of Pennsylvania. June 16th through 19th is the 47th Annual Fire and Life Safety Seminar at the Radisson Hotel in Trevose. The Philadelphia Fire Department hosts the annual seminar to provide local and regional agencies with the latest in fire and life safety practices. We want to reach out to as many citizens as possible to ultimately reduce the number of fire fatalities and reduce the risk of the citizens of Philadelphia. Before I close the show, I would like to take this time to thank student producer Bethany Lowe for a dedicated service to Freedom from Fire. Bethany is graduating this May, and she has been part of the show since its inception 4 years ago. Once again, thank you, Bethany, and good luck. That will do for this episode. Remember, if you would like to find out more about LaSalle TV, you can check out its social media sites. You can watch past episodes of this show by going to the Freedom from Fire playlist on the YouTube site. And if you are interested in learning about the Philadelphia Fire Department, visit our Facebook, Twitter, and web pages. I would like to again thank Lieutenant David Kearney, Joe Flores, and firefighter Antonia Donnelly for joining us today. I also would like to thank you for tuning in and watching. So until next time, remember, fire is everyone's fight. Stay safe and remain free from fire.